Good morning. This is Developing Stories. My name is Remy Allen. The Ondo State Government is set to hold its 2026 Investment Summit themed The New Ondo Forging a Pathway to Prosperity. The event, billed to hold at the International Conference and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, aims to shift the state from civil service reliance to a private sector-led industrial hub. The summit will feature MOU signings for key projects like the deep sea port, fertilizer production, and others to spur jobs and transformation. Main sessions will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., followed by a 4 p.m. private investors roundtable with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says the newly constructed and commissioned 6-kilometer NDDC road in Ilaje local government area of the state transcends mere pouring of asphalt or the laying of stones, but about easing the burdens of daily life for every man, woman, and child across the Ilaje kingdom. Governor Aiyedatiwa, while performing the inauguration ceremony in Igbokoda headquarters of the council area, said the project aims to unlock new vistas of opportunity for the coastal communities and reinforcing his administration's resolve to connect the people to progress. Aiyedatiwa noted that the road will significantly enhances access, mobility, and connectivity within Igbokoda and its adjoining communities, effectively addressing long-standing transportation on challenges. According to him, by facilitating the seamless movement of people, goods, and services along the coastal corridor, the road stands as a catalyst for socio-economic advancement and regional integration. The governor appreciated President Bola Tinubu for his numerous reforms, which enabled sub-nationals to have access to more funds to promote growth and development. Said the completion of the project is a clear demonstration that his administration remains deeply committed to the development of the riverine coastal communities and the people.
Within just 1 year in office, having been sworn in on the 24th day of February 2025 as the 7th elected governor of Ondo State. Across the southern senatorial district, from the 7 kilometers of roads completed in Otibuka, Irele, and Igotago that were listed and mentioned by the Honorable Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands and Housing earlier on, to the significant milestone we celebrate here today, we continue to affirm that our word is our bond. All the promises we made during our electionary campaign, by the grace of God, we will fulfill them. Yet, this is only the beginning. There are so many other roads that are ongoing that we have not completed within these first 365 days as elected governor. You can see the Igbokoda dualization and other roads that are going on across the state at various stages of completion. But we're only commissioning those ones that have been completed. We shall not relent until every nook and cranny of Ondo State experiences the tangible dividends of purposeful governance. Now, at this juncture, I extend my profound appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, for his bold reforms and the powerful governance that has allowed the subnationals to be able to access more funds from the federal allocation, through which we are able to do all that we are doing. I would also like to appreciate the community leaders and good people of Igbokoda here in the Ilaje local government area for your patience, cooperation, and steadfast support through the construction period of this road. This road
The schools across Ondo State are alive with cultural pride as the government mandated Asha Day, marking International Mother Language Day, which brings students, teachers, and principals together in traditional attire. Originally set globally for February 21, which fell on a Saturday, Ondo shifted the observance to today for full participation in public and private institutions statewide. The day's theme: preservation, promotion, and integrational transformation of indigenous languages as instruments for cultural identity and sustainable development, underscores UNESCO's global push for linguistic diversity, which Asha Day locally champions. Students don colorful native outfits, beads, caps, and headgears evoking scenes from past celebrations. Stakeholders highlight this as a vital step against cultural erosion, calling on parents to nurture traditions at home. The Assembly has unveiled far-reaching reforms in the newly enacted Electoral Act 2026, including a 2-year jail term for any resident electoral commissioner who withholds vital electoral documents. In a move aimed at curbing administrative bottlenecks and electoral impunity, Section 74, subsection 1 of the new law mandates a REC to release a certified true copy of any requested document within 24 hours after payment. Failure to comply with the provision attracts a minimum imprisonment of 2 years without the option of a fine. The reforms were highlighted by the leader of the Senate, Opeyemi Bamidele, who said the new Electoral Act was designed to strengthen institutional independence and reinforce accountability in the country's electoral system. Bamidele noted that amendments form part of broader efforts to improve transparency in election management and restore public confidence ahead of the 2027 general election. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has arrested 20 suspects for sundry electoral offences in the just concluded Federal Capital Territory (FCTA) local government elections. The head of media and publicity of EFCC, Dele Oyewale, said the suspects were arrested across the FCT for offences ranging from vote buying and vote selling to obstruction of offices, involving a total sum of 17.2 million naira. One of the suspects was arrested with a sum of 13.5 million naira in a car parked beside a polling booth in Kwali local government area. Oyewale stated that the suspects will be charged to court upon the conclusion of investigations. The African Union has condemned the killing of more than 50 civilians and abduction of women and children during coordinated attacks in Zamfara State. The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mahmoud Ali Yusufu, condemned the attack as heinous acts of terrorism. The AU said it rejects all acts of terrorism and violent extremism against civilians, particularly women and children, describing the attacks as grave violations of human rights and threats to peace and security. Yusufu called for the immediate, safe, and unconditional release of all abducted women and children, while urging coordinated efforts to protect civilians and prevent a recurrence of such atrocities. And that's the news. Thanks so much for watching. Good morning.